morning. I'm Amanda Grant.
Good morning, Ms. Grant. I am Ms. Stevens, and I'm the HR manager here. And I'd like to welcome you, and please have a seat.
Thank you so much.
So once again, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule. So the interview will take about 10 minutes, maybe a little longer. It consists of a few questions, and they're typically behavior questions is what we're looking for. And I have prepared a glass of water for you. If you feel the need to take a break at any time during the interview, please let me know. I will be taking some notes, so if you see me putting my head down and up, that's what I'm going to be doing. And at the second part of the interview, I'm going to ask you if you have any questions for me.
Okay, great.
So hope you're ready to get started.
Yes.
So I would like to, if you could please tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so as I said, my name is Amanda. I am 23 years old, and I'm a new human resource professional that recently just graduated with a certificate in human resource management at Bow Valley College in Calgary. I also graduated in 2016 with a Bachelor of Arts honor specialization in kinesiology from Western University in London, Ontario. With regards to the human resource functions, I am available to work in labor relations, performance management, talent acquisition, recruitment and selection, as well as payroll and benefits. I have a strong customer service background with thanks to my several years of employment in the retail, hospitality, and healthcare sector. And in my downtime, I actually teach as a group fitness instructor at Good Life Fitness, and I also volunteer at a brain rehabilitation clinic in Calgary.
How many times a week do you teach at Good Life?
I teach twice a week, so on Tuesdays and Thursday evenings.
Which classes do you teach?
It's actually called Body Vibe, so it's a toning class. So it is cardio as well as strength training in the class.
So maybe I'll come try out a class.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you very much. The second question, what do you know about our company?
So about CBI Health Group, I do know that you are a community healthcare service provider that provides throughout the country in Canada. I also do know that you're the largest healthcare service provider in Canada. You do have over 10,000 professionals, employees working for your organization. And I do know that you have services in massage, medical, nursing, occupational therapy, physiotherapy, exercise, and behavioral therapies. And lastly, I do know that you are consistently trying to find new and innovative ways to reach patients and create an outreach program.
That's excellent. Thank you very much. What would you say is your greatest strength?
I would have to say my greatest strength is problem solving, just because throughout my numerous years of working and in a school environment and volunteering as well, I've dealt with some conflicts with individuals, and the only way to find an effective solution to those conflicts is through problem solving. So a recent example that I used problem solving was when I recently got my first teaching class at Good Life, and I was a brand new instructor, and it was an awesome opportunity for me, and I took it. However, one of the senior instructors believed that she should have gotten the position instead of me, and she actually requested that she got it instead of myself. However, I felt that I did deserve this, and I worked really hard for that class. So what I decided to do is to sit down with her, talk with her, collaborate, and problem solve to find an effective solution to this conflict. And what we actually ended up coming up with was that I teach one week, and then she teaches the other week, and we alternate, so that way we both get to teach, and we have an amicable relationship. We're actually friends to this day.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Are you a team player?
Absolutely. So during my time at school, I had to be assigned to various group assignments where we had to work as a team and contribute evenly in order to achieve an excellent mark. And also during my time at university, I was part of a sorority called Alpha Gamma Delta, where during this time in my last year of university, I served on executive council as vice president scholarship. And all of us on that council had to be team players. We had to create rules, we had to enforce the rules, and we had to come up with some tough decisions as a team for our chapter, which consisted of 68 women.
Thank you very much. That's excellent. What would your previous supervisor say that your strongest point is?
I would have to say customer service, just because most of my jobs that I have been employed in have involved customer service being an essential competency as part of the job. And throughout my serving positions, I've dealt with numerous customers who've had problems with the food or the amount of time it's taken to have the food come out. And instead of going to the managers, having them deal with it, I take it my own responsibility and do the best that I can to handle the situation, provide the best customer service possible in the hopes that they return to the establishment.
Excellent, thank you. Our company has many offices. Our head office is here in Calgary, but we do have offices across Canada, and we are thinking of also opening up one probably in the United States. And for this reason, I'd like to ask you if the need arose, if you would be willing to relocate.
Yes, absolutely. So any of the offices in Canada, I'd be willing to relocate, and I would be able to relocate to the United States as well, given I could get a green card.
Do you speak any other languages?
I do have average speaking proficiency in Spanish as well as French, and written proficiency as well.
Excellent, thank you. Are you willing to work overtime or on weekends?
Yes, so Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays I would be able to work overtime. I just wouldn't be able to on Tuesdays or Thursdays just because that's when I do teach at Good Life. I would also be able to work on Saturdays as well, if need be.
Excellent. The job currently, the person that was in the job, she did have to work some overtime and some weekends, so there is a possibility that the person who basically gets this position would be required on occasion to either work weekends or at nighttime as well.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for that. Excellent. Are you willing to put the interests of the organization ahead of your own?
Yes. So personally, I believe when I do look at an organization, I try to look and see if their interests are compatible with mine, so that way there isn't too much of a conflict, but generally, yes, I would put the interests of the organization ahead of my own.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Now, this basically concludes the first part of the interview process. The second part of the interview is if you have any questions for me.
Yeah, so I do have a few questions actually. My first one would have to be, what are the key skills required that you think are needed to succeed in this position?
Thank you for that question. I would have to say that the relevant knowledge of our HR systems would be very critical for the person to know. It may take about 3 months to know it, to master it, but it is very critical to the success of this role. Also, the candidate would have to have very good communication skills, be a team player, and be very well organized. This position is very busy, very, very busy. There could be lots of work at times, deadlines, and pressures to be met just because of the scope of the job. That's just how it is. So basically that would be, that's very critical to this role.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. And my next question would have to be, what created the need for this position to be filled?
Thank you very much. So the previous associate, she was promoted. She's been with the organization for 2.5, 3 years, and we created this talent acquisition specialist position, and we felt that this person was ready to take on the challenges that come with this position, and therefore we now have this vacant position that needs to be filled, and we're looking for the right candidate to fill this position.
Okay, great. That's awesome to know that you try to promote internally in the organization as well.
Yes, we do very well. We do try to, as long as you're a really good worker and you're willing to dedicate yourself and to put in the time and the effort, we really value and respect our employees. We also offer training. If you feel the need that you would like some more training, that's also one of our rewards that we give to our employees to promote within the organization.
Okay, great. And my last question would have to be, what are the 3 biggest challenges that you feel like I would face in my first 6 months in this position if I received it?
Thank you for that question. I would have to say probably to know all the services that we offer. We offer quite a few services, and it would be critical that you get up to speed pretty quickly as to what we have to offer. The second one would be is that we also have a very complex compensation and benefit system. And again, this would require some time to learn it, but I believe that the person would be able to get this, basically down pat in no time, as long as you're willing to put in the work. I believe it's possible. And then also proper time management to complete all the tasks that are asked of the candidate at the present time. Once again, this is a very, very busy position. I need to stress that because not everybody wants to have a really busy position, Right now, as you know, I'm sure you must have heard that there's all this talk about work-life balance. So we do try to provide some of that to our staff. However, sometimes, again, because of the nature of the work that is involved, we do, basically try to be very straightforward and let people know that it is a very, very busy position.
Okay, great. That's really well to know.
Thank you very much. Are there any other further questions?
I feel like that's all the questions that I had for today.
Thank you very much. At this time, we are still interviewing more candidates. We are going to have second interviews after we have completed all the applicants and the interviews. Are you available if you get chosen to come back for a second
Yes,
interview?
I absolutely will be available for a second interview.
Okay. And as I mentioned, I can't stress enough how busy this position is. So we are looking for somebody to start fairly soon. If you were the chosen candidate, how soon would you be able to start?
I would be able to start within the next week or two. Absolutely, if given the position.
Thank you very much. So we are going to be getting back to all our candidates, regardless of whether whoever gets the position. So like I said, we'll get back to everyone shortly and let you know where everything is at with this. But we do hope to fill the position very soon.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for giving me the time to come here today.
Well, thank you very much for coming here, and I will give you my business card on the way out. And if you think of any other questions between now and then, please feel free to email me. I'm here 5 days a week, 8 to 4 p.m., sometimes later. So I'll give you my business card on the way out.
Awesome, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank
again.
you. Please after me. Thank you very much.